back to the Gobby Gaffer, and in today's episode we have two games for you. One of them is in the Eredivise against Ajax. That'll be an easy one, won't it? They're top of the league at the moment. The other one is in the Dutch Cup second round against Zwolle. If I remember rightly, last season we beat Zwolle quite easily, twice in the league, not a problem. They beat us 3-1 in the Cup and knocked us out, so I have a little bit of revenge to sort out there. I'm sure you wanted to see how things have been going since you were last with me. If we go back to the 14th of October, we have been on quite a poor run. We got beat by PSV 2-1. The only bright spark really was the Liverpool Champions League game where we came out with a really creditable 2-2 draw. Then we played Vitesse in the league again, another 0-0. Played Utrecht, got beat 2-1. AS Monaco in the Champions League, we got beat 3-1. And then we followed that up with a defeat back in the league again to Emmen. We got beat 1-0 in that one. Threw a little friendly in there, we won that 8-0. Didn't really seem to pick it up for us. Played AZ at home, another 0-0. It seems to be the draw specialist at the moment. Things are not, or they weren't ticking quite well. Made a few tactical changes, gave the players a few different instructions. It seemed to work because in the next game we played Bruges in the Champions League. We had a nice 1-0 win. So that was our first victory in the Champions League. 3 points on the board, very nice. And we got 2.4 million for winning that game. So that's very, very handy. I am beginning to wonder if the Champions League hangover is a real thing, because after that we played Feyenoord at home and another 1-1 draw. Again, we're becoming the draw specialists. Then we went away to Heerenveen, one of our local rivals. A nice 1-0 win there. And then we played Real San Sebastian at home in the Champions League. Got a nice, really nice 4-0 win. So another win, another 3 points on the board and another 2.4 million. Very, very nice indeed. And as I say, today we've got the Ajax game, which is away. It's at their place. They're top of the league at the moment. We'll have a quick look at that in a minute. Then we're playing in the second round of the Dutch Cup against Zwolle. And of course, being the draw specialist at the moment is not doing our league position any good. So we're 7th in the league, 14 played, 22 points. If we look up to Vitesse, they played 16 games. So we've got 2 games in hand of them. Most teams around them have played 15 games. So we are lagging behind in games played. I mean, it could be to a benefit, but we have to win those games, don't we? Or get some points on the board. At the moment, things are not ideal. And just a quick word on transfers. I did tell you that Rojas was causing a few problems. I did accept an offer for him, but even though he's massively disgruntled and really out of sorts, he refused a contract. Say no more. And then I was getting a few selection headaches. Like I did tell you, Quackman had been recalled by his loaning club. So we're short of a defensive midfield player. So I've had a look round in the transfer market, and we can still bring in free transfers apparently. So dipped in there for Robbie Blackburn, 22-year-old English striker. Think you can agree. I mean, look at his pace and acceleration, determination, bravery, finishing of 14. Think he might be a good addition to the squad. And with Van Dijven really firing blanks at the moment, up until his last game, he hadn't scored a goal this season. I think he's got 1, possibly 2 now, I'm not sure. I think he might have scored in a friendly. But Van Dijven is firing blanks, not great. So we can't just rely on Delap. I brought Robbie Blackburn in. I've also dipped into the loan market as well. These players won't come in until the 1st of January, but Cesar from PSG, central midfield player, can also play as like a deep line playmaker or a defensive midfielder. His stats look really, really good. We've got him on loan till the end of the season, 21-year-old Spanish lad. And this lad's still yet to agree the contract, but Unai Hernandez, 23-year-old again, another Spanish player. None of these players really are going to be any good for us in the Champions League squad, I don't think. But the problem I'm having at the moment is our league form has really dropped off. Introducing European football in there, it's really dropped off. So I need to get that standard up in the league. I think the signings that I'm making will give us some real strength in depth to maybe get that push on, get back into the European places again. So you're all nicely caught up. It's time to jump in the dugout and watch some football. Let's go and do that. It's Ajax. Easy peasy. Well, maybe not actually. Well, welcome to the Johan Cruyff Arena. Really important game this. Unfortunately, it's one of our catch-up games. I would have preferred that against one of the lower-rated teams, but it's Ajax. You have to play who's in front of you, don't you? Team for today: Vitek in goal, back four of Chrisen, Toll, Buckman, Silcott, Dewberry. Siebert is the anchor, Ramsey and Krasnich in the middle, Brobbit and Azarkan are the wingers, behind Delap up front. And we get a highlight straight from the kick-off. Siebert is going to play that ball back to Buckman. Buckman gives the ball away. And Ajax are coming forward. And the ball goes straight over the top. Wild shooting there from the Ajax player. Corner's going to come in now. Traore with the corner. Ball again is headed way over the top of the bar. I'm just going to knock us back a little bit to balance. I don't really want to be giving too much away today. Harwood Bellis playing that ball forward. Ramsey wins the ball nicely in midfield. Chrisen plays the ball back to Vitek. So we're building from the back now. Nice and careful. Siebert with the ball out onto that left-hand side. Brobbie Ramsey. Chrisen didn't quite... I could see what they were trying to do there, but it didn't quite come off. And Ajax have got the first goal. So we're 1-0 down against Ajax. Just going to go a little bit more positive now. Obviously 1-0 down. We do need to step it up a little bit if we're going to get back into this game. Ajax are just carving through us at will. 2-0 now. Finding a real step down in performance this season. We seem to be doing really well in the Champions League, but those Champions League games are really putting a strain on the squad. I mean, we have got some new players coming in. Whether that will make a difference, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. But 20 minutes into the game, we've not really turned up. We've had one shot. Ajax are well on top, well in control of the game. You would expect that. I mean, they run away with the league every season, don't they? So it's just a shame because it was one of our catch-up games. And it looks at this moment in time as though we're going to drop those 3 points. So we're still going to be outside of those European places. But Delap there has been fouled in the penalty area. No? No. Okay. I mean, Delap was bundled over in the penalty area there. That was absolute stonewall penalty. And we got nothing for it. Ball over the top. Ramos is onto the ball. Into the back of the net. We're losing 3-0. So they're making us look like a Sunday League pub team at the moment. This is not acceptable, really. I know it's Ajax. Last season, we got 4 points out of 6 from Ajax. We did really, really well. This is very, very, very poor. Three 0. So we're bobbing into half-time now. I suppose it goes without saying most of our players are on 6.3, 6.4s. None of them are performing very well. Ball down the outside. They're carving through us again here. 4-0. Again, absolute pasting here. Absolute pasting. This is a little bit embarrassing, if I'm honest. I don't think we need to see that again. It's embarrassing enough as it is. And Ajax with the ball again. They have now a free kick just on the edge of the penalty area. Sling that ball in and it's 5-0. Just as we're coming up to half time. 5-0. I don't really know what to say. I'm quite embarrassed to have this on camera, if I'm honest. This is utterly shocking. I know what we're capable of against good teams. You know, the good teams we played in the Champions League this season, Ajax last season, and know what we're capable of. And this is very, very far from it. We're just punting these hopeless, useless balls forward that are just getting picked up by the Ajax back four, and then it just comes straight back at us again. That was a nice ball forward for Delap, but you might know, mightn't you? Ajax have had 9 shots, 5 of them have gone in the back of the net. We've had 2 shots and failed miserably. Well, I'm just saying to them, this is as good as over. That was a pathetic first half. Absolutely battered there. Header out of defence to Brobby. I mean, the game is kind of over, isn't it, really? We all just need to get on the coach and go home now. This is a pathetic performance. I mean, that again, that's a penalty. Oh, you're now going to look, referee, are you? In the first half, when it would have really mattered, when we were under the cosh, a goal then would have really lifted our spirits. But Delap was blatantly fouled in the penalty area, gave nothing. This time, you're going to look at the little box. And he's given a penalty. Although I have to say, we've had 3 penalties this season and missed them all. Who's taking this? Delap's taking this one. I have changed my penalty taker. Brobby was on penalty taking duties. He's supposedly our best penalty taker in the squad. I've changed it because he's missed all 3. Delap scored. Back to 5-1. I mean, I don't like the word consolation goal. It's no consolation to me. We're out of the European spots. We're playing absolutely abysmally. Last season when we got into Europe, I was absolutely elated. I thought, this is absolutely brilliant going forward. I mean, that's another great goal by Delap, although I'm sure the referee's going to have a say on this. Yeah, I was absolutely elated to get European football. It's looking like it's our undoing. It does stand, it's 5-2. 3 changes, brought MacArthur on at the back. Losada's come as shadow striker and want away Rojas on the right wing. So we've been allowed back into this game a little bit, but not enough for us to get back into it fully. Rojas with the ball. He just gives the ball away. We literally are playing like a Sunday League pub team. I mean, this is just... yeah, we don't need to see that again, thank you. 6-2. Referee, can you please blow your whistle? I'm embarrassed. Absolutely embarrassed. It's a joke, isn't it? In a game where we've conceded 6 goals, Delap gets a hat-trick. I mean, you couldn't write this stuff, could you, really? Okay, Football Manager. Fine. Corner to Ajax. We're getting put through more misery. Well, there's only one word for that. Embarrassing. I don't know what to say. I expect to see you all in training tomorrow. You don't deserve a rest after that performance. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. And that was a massive catch-up game for us. Okay, I probably didn't expect to win it, but I didn't expect to get absolutely annihilated. This season, we're a shadow of the team that we were last season. 22 points. Ajax have got 36. We're 14 points off the pace now. We're 8 points off a European spot. Oh well, we move on. You do have to in football. You can't dwell too long. And in a few days' time, we've got Zwolle in the cup. So we'll see you in the dugout for that one. Welcome to the dugout for this Dutch Cup second round game. today I've changed the whole team virtually. Only Delap, I think, keeps his place. The rest of them, absolutely disgusted with. Got Vitek in goal. Okay, he's another one who keeps his place. But Vitek in goal, back four of Van der Kus, MacArthur, Balacom and Tavares. Kyrgios is the anchor. Helgeson and Lasada in midfield. Silkert, Dubrick, Rojas are the wingers with Delap up front. Well, needless to say, I want to see a much better performance today from these lads. Obviously, it's a different team, but as a squad, we need to be picking the pace up. Helgeson gets fouled. Penalty, straight penalty. This referee's found his whistle for penalty straight away. No messing about. Delap. And it's saved. So this season we've had we've had 5 penalties this season and 3 of them have been saved. We've missed 3 penalties out of 5. Rojas slings the ball into the box. It's another corner. Rojas again from the other side, swings the ball over. Again, that ball gets headed out. Just cannot seem to get anybody to get their head on these far post corners. We score so few goals from corners. It's not funny, really. Can we pick that up? No, we're going to let him have a free shot. Fortunately, it goes straight over the bar. Going to give him a shout, encouragement. Helgeson, Silkot Jubio over the top for Delap. What's Delap going to do with this? He's going to have a do. And it's just pushed around the post by their keeper. Another corner. May as well not be given corners because we don't do anything with them. Near post that time. Still didn't get a head on it though. Liam Delap's on a 6.1 after his... I was going to say his useless hat-trick in the last game, because quite frankly, it was useless. When we're letting 6 goals in at one end, it's a waste of time scoring a hat-trick at the other. So, on this game, when we could do with him scoring a hat-trick, he's on a 6.1. Tavares down this side. We know he can provide a good ball into the box. Rojas, back into the middle. Queiroz, Rojas. Ball goes way over the top. Right, we're going to give them a demand more. I'm getting a little bit sick and tired of this squad not performing in games. So Zwol playing the ball out from the back. Remember, we've already missed a penalty in this game. Zwol are just being allowed to dwell on the ball, do what they want basically. Unfortunately, he's not got his eye in on goal at all. Skews that ball well wide of the post and we get away with that one. Liam Delap is now on a 5.9. He had a hat-trick in the last game, remember? He's now on a 5.9. Right, okay. What can we say that's really dire? No, nothing. I'm far from pleased with what I've just seen from this team. I mean, that doesn't even go anywhere near it, does it? But so I'm going to make a few changes. Delap's gone off. I brought Blackburn on up front, moved Lasada forward, and Ramsey has come on as the playmaker. So, first highlight of the second half, Zwol coming forward down their right-hand side, finding players at will. I mean, look at the space that he had to run into there. Absolutely awful. Okay, my DM's gone off. Maybe that's slightly at my doorstep. But at the end of the day, we do need to nick a goal in this game. We need to be getting the ball forward. The ball is at completely wrong end of the pitch. That looked like a penalty to me, but we got away with that. And Rojas over the top to Blackburn. Blackburn's playing very wide out on this left-hand side, gives the ball away. We do get a throw-in from it. We don't see the highlight from that. It's quite an even game up to now, but only because we're just not performing. Van der Kus has now picked an injury up, but does stick the ball in the back of the net, even injured. Absolutely tremendous strike. Absolutely a tremendous strike. Rojas, Van der Kust. I mean, that was a thing of beauty, that. Van der Kust is injured, so Chrisen comes on in his place. There's 65 minutes on the clock. Zwol have the ball, but Tavares nicks that quite smartly. Tavares to Losada, back to Tavares. We need to start putting a few nice moves together, a few nice passes. Let's start working that ball. And that is more or less the opposite of what I was just saying. More or less the opposite. So Zwol have now been given the ball back. But we do have the ball again, and Blackburn has hit the post with that. But Tavares picks this ball up. Rojas puts the ball in the box. Ramsey loops up, and their goalkeeper picks it out of the air quite easily. Tavares with the throw. Ramsey puts the ball into the box, and the keeper picks that one out quite easily. Not a lot of there was quite a lot of pace on that cross, but he just didn't get any purchase on it at all. Ball straight over the top. We head that ball straight to a Zwol player, and this is looking a little bit ominous. I've seen these kind of moves before. He's going to slide that ball in. He's going to turn and hit the ball in. Oh! For once, it didn't run to script, but they have got a corner. Corner is going to be swung in. We do get a head on that. It's gone out for another corner. Second bite of the cherry for Zwol. Can they get this ball into the back of the net? Fortunately for us, they don't. Blackburn comes away with the ball. He seems to prefer playing on the wings. That's all I've seen him do up to now. He plays on the left or the right. 75 minutes on the clock. Zwol again have the ball coming forward. Ball over the top. Our keeper's going to do what with that? I'm saying nothing. Tavares to Ramsey. Rojas. Silkett Dewberry. Back to MacArthur. This is some nice play, this. Nice ball forward there. And Blackburn slips his marker and unfortunately couldn't get the ball past the keeper. That was a nice little move. I want to see more of that. That was a lovely drop of the shoulder by Blackburn. Slipped his marker. Fortunately, his shot didn't go in the back of the net. Rojas with the corner. Tavares is going to pick that up. Can he do his usual? Or we don't get to see that. So we have been well on top now in this game. We have only got one goal to show for it, which is a little disappointing. Final few minutes of the game now. Chrisen is going to throw this ball to a yellow shirt, hopefully. No buffoonery needed here. Ball slung over the top. Losada sticks that ball in the back of the net. And, okay, the referee's found his whistle. So it's still 1-0. As you were. Oh, it's arm hairs. It's arm hairs. We love the arm hair offsides, don't we? Absolutely love them. And we've won the game 1-0. Only just, I might say. And I'm just going to say, well done, lads. We weren't at our best. They all seem okay about that. At this moment in time, I don't want to be upsetting anybody because I think dynamics and morale are not great at the moment. And talking about dynamics, let's have a quick look. And weirdly, it goes against the grain a little bit at this, but the morale of virtually every player is perfect, superb. I mean, even the worst ones are very good. So morale at the moment is looking really, really good, which is nice to see. I just think that maybe the tactic needs tweaking. Maybe the tiredness from the European games is not helping us at all. Well, I think we're going to wrap this episode up here. I think you can tell I'm not a happy bunny at the moment. Really not happy. Going to play a few games off camera now, and we're going to come back for the last 2 games in the Champions League. Quite easy games, really. We should be all right in those 2. It's only Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund, so quite easy, really. The way that we're playing at the moment, we could be conceding a lot of goals in those 2 games. Going to have to get my thinking cap on and do a bit of head scratching. Anyway, if you've enjoyed that episode today, please give me a subscribe, give me a like, and we'll see you next time for more from me, the Gobby Gaffer.